Hey everyone, just want to talk about something that's been kind of bothering me lately. What the hell is a student bassoon reed? What the hell is a professional bassoon reed? Like what's the difference between a bassoon reed that's for a student and one that's made for a professional? As far as I can tell, like everything I've looked at, student reeds are cheaper. So do students need lower quality reeds? Does the lower quality make it more fit for a student? If anything, I would think a student would need a really high quality reed so they don't have to try so hard. They don't have to work so hard to get a sound out of the thing, right? So maybe there's more of an answer to it than this. But it seems like when someone sells a student reed, it means that they just didn't put as much work into it. I mean, it can't be the cane quality. Can't be the cane quality. The higher quality cane only costs maybe like 25 cents more per piece. So it's got to be the work that went into it, right? Okay, so you're not working as hard, you're not spending as much time on a student reed as a professional reed. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Why would a student need a shittier reed, right? Because a professional is going to be able to adjust the reed to their needs. Is a student going to be able to do that? No. I think it's fair to say that, certainly a professional of a really high caliber is going to be playing under such demanding circumstances that they need certain qualities they might appreciate in a reed that a student wouldn't. That's fair. But in order to get those qualities, to get the perfect response, the perfect intonation from your reed, no matter who made it, it's going to need to be adjusted, right? And a professional, you would think, knows how to adjust their reed. So they might want to read this a little less finished so they can get it just how they want it, right? This is real similar to the whole professional instrument versus student instrument thing. It's marketing, right? They want you to feel for some reason that professionals need to spend more money and students need to spend less. Well, okay, maybe there's some truth to that. Again, as professionals, we play under really demanding circumstances. If you're a professional, it's definitely a top priority in your life. Whereas if you're a student, playing bassoon may only be like one of, maybe down the list, maybe third or fourth in your interest, or 10th. That's fine. But in that case, maybe you should say, instead of a student reed, a reed for those who don't give a shit. I mean no disrespect to the fine people that are making both reeds. And if there's something I'm missing here, please let me know in the comments. But students deserve to play on the best quality, the best quality of instrument and reeds as they can get their hands on. I think it's pretty obvious that the people selling, you don't need a prescription for a professional reed. You can buy professional reeds if you're a student, and guess what? Most professionals do make their reeds. So who's buying the professional reeds? Students. Students that have more money, students that feel like, oh, I gotta be better, I should buy a professional reed. I should buy a professional instrument. This is also how companies will convince you that you may have an instrument that you bought as a student that you really like to play, that you think is really good, but you've been told that these other instruments are professional. So guess what? They're banking on the fact that you're going to buy another one later on. You're going to feel like you need to upgrade. A lot of times what's considered, what's marketed, what's marketed as a student versus a professional instrument has to do with the amount of time and labor that went into producing that instrument. And you would think that if you put more time into an instrument, you get a better instrument. And often that's true. But if for those of you that have ever made a bassoon reed or adjusted a bassoon reed, you also know that the best reeds are often the ones that you don't have to put a lot of time into, right? There are student instruments that are absolutely better than professional instruments. Don't let anyone tell you this instrument's for students, this instrument's for professionals. This reed is for beginners. This reed is for No, that's bullshit. Musicians don't need to be marketed to. We don't need to be marketed to. Like most of us, at least, we care about what we're doing. We're passionate about what we're doing. We're gonna look into, we're gonna research, we're gonna learn, we're gonna try different things and find what works best for us. You gotta shut out all the noise of the people that are trying to sell you these things and trying to convince you of what is gonna be better for you. You gotta take all of that with a grain of salt, if at all, because there's so much marketing. And someone tells you that this read is for students, this read is professionals, they're already leading you down a bullshit path. Why is this for students? Why is this for a professional? Oh, well, if this one sounds better. Oh, well, I'm a student, I want to sound better. Why can't I sound better? Well, you can still buy the professional reed. I've sold reeds to students, I've sold reeds to professionals. Students have liked my reeds, professionals have liked my reeds. Some students haven't liked my reeds, some professionals haven't liked my reeds. Different things work for different people. It has nothing to do with how the reed is marketed. And frankly, I think it's a little insulting to present this idea that student stuff just should be cheaper. You know, maybe that's just to please people's parents. You know, like, my son's only a student, I don't want to spend too much money. Okay, we just market it as the the budget model, the economy model, right? Okay, that's fair. That's fair if you want to put less money into something, less work into this is cheaper. But why do you gotta say this is for the student? That's like saying you're worth less. You're not worth less as a student. The student needs every bit of help they can get. You don't need gold-plated keys, sure, but you need something that responds, you need something that plays in tune. I know that some people may think, okay, this is all pretty obvious what you're saying. I think we all know that student just means cheaper, and students can buy professional instruments if they can afford it, or they can buy. But it's not obvious to people that are students, that are new at this, that have a lot of other things that they do. It's not obvious. I just would like all the other fine reed makers that are still good people. I'm not trying to say you're bad, but just realize when you're calling something for students versus for professionals, it's manipulative marketing, and it's insulting. It's insulting to students. For every musician that is out there making a living, there's at least 1,000 people making a living off of that musician. What I mean is, there's so much more money being made off of musicians than there are of musicians making money. One of the most vital things to being a great musician is how genuine are you? How genuine, how authentic are you about what you're presenting? Oh, fucking fat. So when anyone involved in music is disingenuous about what they're doing or what they're selling, that hurts their integrity, but it kind of hurts everyone's integrity as a musician. Right? So to me, the difference between a student bassoon reed and a professional bassoon reed is bullshit marketing. Let me know what you think in the comments.